You should be the prime candidate.
Well, maybe I need 180 people at school to do a balance study. We only have 15.
And they kicked you off. All right, hello, good morning, everyone. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz here at the Hoboken Public Library. Thank you to the library for sponsoring these wonderful classes that we started during COVID. It's just marvelous to be able to do our art here in the library space and also in people's home studios. For the month of October, we have a theme, Back to Basics, where I'm helping people return to the skills that I have been teaching for, gosh, I don't know how many years. But also for those of you who haven't learned these skills, I will be starting from scratch so that if you've never drawn before, or if you don't have the particular skills that I'm going to be talking about today, you will get to learn them for the first time. So it'll be a refresher for those of you who are my veteran students, whether you're at home on YouTube, or in the Zoom class or here in person, or for newcomers, you can start right from the ground floor. So welcome everybody. We will start by looking at a slideshow of an artist today in the hopes that her work will inspire you in your own endeavors and attempts today. And our artist of focus today is an American artist named Amy Sherrill. And a shout out to class member Susan. Susan, you mentioned that she was featured in an article in the Art and Leisure section of the New York Times several weeks ago. And I went back to my stack of articles and New York Times Art and Leisure sections that have been growing because I haven't had time to look at them. And voila, not only is she mentioned in an article, she is a cover featured artist in the new season Arts and Leisure section of the New York Times. This is a picture of Amy Sherrill herself. So if you have any back issues or if you want to look online for this article, it's entitled, "It's Time to Be Optimistic." Okay, did you all hear that? You can go to the Hoboken Library website and access the New York Times. Can you get back issues like this? It's called Press Review. Press Reader on the Hoboken Library website. So you can find this actual article. It's incredibly good, beautifully written. I have to confess that I need to go back and read it a few times because some of it I did not quite understand myself. Because, you know, stuff that's written about art is sometimes very deep and you have to read it a few times over before you actually get it. You agree with me, Esty? It's pretentious. Okay, we'll have to have a discussion about that. Yes, it's wordy. Sometimes it's quite wordy. The language is advanced, shall we say. And so I have to go back and read it multiple times before I actually get it. Yes. But let's look at our slideshow because maybe we don't need words at all to really get her work. So here we go. I personally don't find Amy Sherrill's work all that enigmatic, but when I read the article, I realized, oh, I stopped the share. Wait, hold on. I don't know why I did that. When I read the article, I realized it had more meaning than I had previously thought. So if you can find the article, good morning, welcome. No, you're not interrupting. When I read the article, there were more facets to her work, more layers to her work than I had previously realized. So Amy Sherrill, alive and well, she has a studio right here in Jersey City at Manna Contemporary, which is located at 888 Newark Avenue in Jersey City. You can take the PATH train to Journal Square and walk to it. It's like a 15-minute walk. It's worth walking to. There are many artists who have studios there, including me. So she was born August 30th, 1973 in the United States. She works mostly as a portraitist, depicting African Americans in everyday settings. And this is how you spell her name, if you were wondering. This is the painting that brought her fame. So this is a portrait of, I just blocked her name, I cannot believe it, but this is African American woman who was murdered by police. Breonna Taylor, thank you. I'm so embarrassed that I could not remember her name. So this is Breonna Taylor, who was tragically murdered by police, mistakenly murdered by police. And she was one of the victims who triggered the Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matter movement. This painting is now owned by an art museum and a history museum, co-owned by two institutions in the United States. So Amy Sherrill's style is simplified realism. She does what are called staged photographs of her subjects. Two of her most famous paintings are not done in this way. The Breonna Taylor painting, because Breonna was already dead when she did this painting, and her portrait of Michelle Obama. But with most of her paintings, they are staged, almost theatrical paintings. Amy Sherrill calls herself a director of her paintings, almost like a film or a theater director. She has her subjects for her paintings sit for several sittings where she does multiple photographs. So she does the portraits in photography first, and then she works from the photographs. So this painting, this portrait of Breonna, is done from photographs, but not from a living person. So these were photographs that she took from newspaper images, but not from portraits of a living person. Usually her paintings since 2012 are done in what is called grisaille. So grisaille is a French word, Grisaille. Grisaille means gray, shades of gray. Usually the skin tones are painted in shades of gray in Amy Sherrill's painting. And she made this choice. She describes it as an intended challenge about the conventions of skin color and race, our assumed ideas about skin color and race. Now, Breonna Taylor is not done in grisaille, so this is an exception to that rule. Of course, at any time, anyone who wants to say something about the art, please do. That's at home or here.
I
Was a long time ago, yeah.
No, I often thought that her pictures are like photos, the way they're posed, and she has that the gradations of gray in the skin color with the color line.
Yes. And some of that is because photographs originally were only black and white. And she loves that whole beauty
I wonder if
of
she
black
takes
and I,
it in
I
black.
don't have any information about whether she does color photography or black and white, but that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. So she loves flat, bright space. She uses this a lot. To me, there's a correlation between her and the artist Magritte. We've done Magritte before. It gives a very surrealistic quality to the painting, almost for me, a dreamlike quality, this flatness, this otherworldliness to her work. There's so much explanation of why she does things in this article. I'm going to leave this article out for everyone to look at. It really is well written. And there are many direct quotes from her in here. And it is a 2-page article. And it's about a show she's about to have. It opens November 16th at the San Francisco Museum of Art, which will eventually come here to the Whitney Museum in New York City. So we are going to get to actually see her work in person, which is pretty exciting. So this is one of the Grisey paintings. The background is not that bright blue. So her paintings often have the bright sky background, but this one does not. She does do African American people in everyday situations. She does not want to be identified always as someone dealing with race. She wants her paintings to be about more than that. She does believe herself to be a champion of other or people who are dealing with otherness. One of her paintings in her new show is a remake of the famous photograph that happened at the end of World War II of the sailor kissing the young woman in Times Square. In her painting, it is two men embracing and kissing. So she does champion people who are different, who may be other than and outside the cultural norm in society. And boy, can she draw. The proportions in this are just wonderful. She is definitely a skilled, very skilled artist. So she's trying now to embrace optimism. For her, this is a rare thing, but she feels a need at this point to open herself up to feelings of optimism. Um, and her new show is all about that. She's reimagining her past. Her if you read this article, her history is quite unusual. Um, she was raised in a very religious family, and they were members of a fundamentalist church called the Worldwide Church of God. They were the only Black members, and they celebrated Sabbath from Friday night until Saturday. They honored the Old Testament holy days, including Passover, during which they ate matzah and dispensed with Christmas, Easter, birthdays, and Halloween.
Celebrate everybody.
They celebrate everybody. She went to Catholic school. from kindergarten through high school. She had a German Jewish great-grandfather, and he was a tailor. Her great-grandmother married a black man, but she did have 2 children with the great-grandfather, William. So her history was mixed and important to her. Everything in her childhood was, she said, quote, very pinned and tucked. And her upbringing left her with an admitted, if seldom fully indulged, appetite for sweet things. I love the Teletubbies because that little world is so neat and the grass is green. It's perfect. I always try to focus on the positive. And she says, while she doesn't bring her troubles into the paintings, the troubles are still there. In fact, paradox is the humming engine of her work. That's interesting. Paradox is the humming engine of her work. This is one of my favorites. So done in the grisé, the skin color is in gray tones. Very simple and flat, except she's gone to a great deal of trouble adding shadow to the white gloves and the woman's face. And really interesting textural quality in the background. And the red pom-pom. The size of the cup is kind of amazing too. Right. Who knows?
Huge, yeah.
It's huge. And the white outline on her dress is quite wonderful too. What a face. Her portraits, the portraits are always staring straight ahead too, which is quite amazing. For the most part, the portraits are not always. I got to correct that. These are all paintings. And she works from photographs. You missed the beginning of she stages photographs. So now she's working with professional models and actors. So she pays people to come to her studio and she arranges them and has them pose. She thinks of herself more as a director of her paintings, almost like a film or stage director. This one reminds me very much of Carrie James Marshall, whom we've spoken of in the past. And I think because of the background, it's a lot more detail in the background in this one. I find that her paintings really hold my attention. Even though they're flat and simple, I don't want to stop looking at them. How do you feel? The same, okay?
Those ones without the big ones.
You prefer these? Okay. Can you explain why, do you think? Do you know? You don't know.
Like a green. Yeah, not this, the one with the bicycle.
Okay. You like the other
Well,
class?
I like one by flowers. It brought so much joy to look at them.
Okay.
I find that the other stuff is distracting. This group, I concentrate.
Okay. I really want to talk to this person. I'm drawn to him. Maybe I want some of his ice cream. I don't know. Bless you. So I don't know. I mean, now she brings people into her studio and dresses them and stages them. I don't know if this particular person was like this or she arranged this person like this, but it's pretty interesting to me.
What is the process? You take a picture.
Many pictures. She takes lots and lots and lots of pictures and then works from all of the photographs. Yes. And the paintings are huge. So she works on ladders. And another interesting thing about her is she has health problems. She, I think 39, this article talks about, yes, 39, she had a heart transplant. So the kind of work that she does is very physically scary for her. But she persists in doing it, which I find interesting. She was born, what did I say, in 73. So
No, 51.
I don't know. You know, my math is terrible. She's 61, 51, 51 now.
Get a heart transplant.
At 39, yeah. So she's constantly, the article says she's constantly trying to maintain good health. That's a focus of her life. This is one of my favorites. It's the photograph is not good. The image is not good. The face is much more defined in the actual painting. Yeah, the dress is amazing. But the face is also beautifully painted. So I'm going to go through these quicker now because I think we get a sense of the kind of work she does. Beautiful figurative work. Sorry. This one really brings a smile to my face. Again, in the grisé, the gray tone skin colors. Yeah, the colors are just incredible.
How do you make that green on his jacket? Do you buy that paint?
Well, she mixes her colors. Yes, absolutely. And the most famous painting she's ever done. This is Michelle Obama. She faced a lot of criticism over this painting. I think it's pretty magnificent. You're not seeing the whole work of art. There's much more of the skirt of the gown. This hangs in the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. It was unveiled in 2018, along with the side by side with the painting of President Barack Obama. by Kehinde Wiley. People said it didn't really look like Michelle Obama. The look on her face is severe.
That looks like her daughter. Looks like Malika in this photo.
I think it looks like Michelle, but okay, you think it looks more like her daughter? I think it's an incredibly elegant image of Michelle.
Yeah, I think it immediately recognized her as Michelle, yes.
People were upset that it was done in grisaille and not natural skin tone. But Michelle commissioned her to do this. Michelle loves her work and loved this painting. I think Amy and Kehinde were the first Black portrait painters to do portraits of the First Lady and President of the United States. And I believe this is the last picture in this slideshow. Oh, this is a very bad picture of Amy Sherald herself. And that's the end.
Who's that herself?
This is Amy Sherald herself. It's a terrible photograph of her. I didn't know it was going to look so bad. All right. So, any last thoughts, ideas, comments about Amy Sherald before we talk about what we're going to do today? No, folks at home, any comment?
Just love her work. I mean, it's all compelling, it's all beautiful, it's all interesting. It's just wonderful. The kind of painting you would want around you. It's lovely. Thank you for showing her.
All right. You're welcome, Robin. So we are going to revisit figurative work today. Yes. I don't know. I'm thinking some of them have been sold and belong to other people or galleries and museums. 888 Newark Avenue, and it's at Mana, M-A-N-A, Contemporary. You're welcome. They have a website, www.mana. I don't know if it's .com or .org. Forget what I was saying. Okay, so we're going to do figurative work. Unfortunately, we do not have a model available to us today, but we have lots of pictures that we can work from. Most of you are veterans at doing this. So those of you who've done figure drawing with me before, you may get your materials. I'm going to ask you to do it quietly. Lindsay has brought in photographs for you to use. I also have line drawings of people that you can work from. I'm going to put a painting by Amy Sherald up on the big screen that you can copy. But first, I'm going to talk to my new folks today about how to draw the full figure. For those of you who need a refresher course or have never seen how to draw the human figure with me, I'm going to put stuff up on the screen and go over the rules for drawing the human figure. And then you can begin your work. So, Lindsay, would you mind putting these out at the back for everyone to use too? So these, I want you to copy these. Don't color on these. Okay, everybody understand the difference? Those are for copying. All right, so those of you, you know what, get your paper and pencil, everyone, while I get another short slideshow ready for you.
I don't know.
Those of you who have smartphones, you can also look online for images to copy. I don't think I'm going to do the slideshow today. I'm just going to show this diagram, everybody. It's much faster than the whole slideshow. Folks at home, if you need to watch as a review, I hope you can see the screen. You know what? I don't like this picture. Sorry, I'm going to find my favorite. Here's the slideshow. Ah, perfect. All right, one more minute to get your pencil and paper, everyone. Those of you who have never done this before, I recommend you only use pencil and paper. If you are more experienced, you can work in any media that you want. All right, if you haven't gotten your materials yet, you have 30 seconds left. Some of you are working already, that's terrific, but if you could work quietly, please, so I can talk to other folks. So folks at home, you're gonna have to listen. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm pointing to the screen, the image on the screen, but all of you at home are veterans of this. For those of you whom this is new to, the human body is a whole mathematical formula. And the first thing to know about the human body is it's symmetrical. So if you took a chainsaw and cut me in half, I'm pretty much the same on both sides. Unless I had a severe injury or unfortunately I had a tragic birth and suffered some kind of birth defect, I'm pretty much the same on both sides, and most people are. So that's the first thing to know. The second thing to think about is the length of arms and legs. They are very long. And if you stand up and put your arms straight down at your side, and I invite you to do it, excellent. Notice where your fingertips land on the side of your legs. You see how long your arms are? This is something that beginning artists don't even realize. And then the other thing, look at where your elbows are. A little bit below the waist, almost at hip level. So our arms are quite long. The other thing to think about is this width from here to here, from breastbone to shoulder. This is another place that beginning artists aren't too sure about. You can measure parts of the body by head length. So one head length, or to lay the head horizontally, from the breastbone to the shoulder, it's one head length wide. And people frequently make the shoulders too little. Shoulders are wide. Even me, I don't have much shoulder width. But proportionately, our shoulders and breastbone out are one head length wide. And you can see that in this diagram. You see? One head length. And it's the same for female and male. It's pretty wonderful. The ancient Greeks created a mathematical formula for it. It's amazing what biology is all about. So the average figure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 head lengths from head to toe. And it's the same for men and women, but proportionally, the head might be slightly larger for the male. It's all proportional. So that's something to think about as well. And those are the basics. The arm, 1, 2, 3, 4 head lengths from shoulder to fingertips. The leg from hip down, 1, 2, 3, 4 head lengths. So our arms and legs are long. And this is something, if you can see that right from the beginning, it will help you. You might want to take a picture of this image. This image I found by Google search. I put in, I think, proportions of the human body. And there are many, many, many diagrams like this. Okay. Usually, I'm sorry that we don't have a model today to pose for you, but working from pictures is another way to learn how to draw. I'm now going to put a picture of Amy Sherald's up on the big screen, so you can either copy from here, or you can copy one of the pictures that we have available today. Or you can copy something from your phone. If you have a smartphone, you can Google figures in action. You can Google something like ballet dancers. You can Google acrobats or gymnasts. Or you can Google Amy Sherald and find a picture of her work that you like on your own. Let's see if I have an Amy Sherald that is not in the slideshow that I can put up. Yes. Well, it's half one of the ones we looked at and half another one. Oh, wait, first I have to open up this one. Oh dear. Which one? Oh, I can enlarge it. Okay. So folks at home, you could do both figures or one or the other. It's a little pixelated. Let me shrink it a little. And you can't really see their feet, but just draw what you can see. And here is the article about Amy Sherrill. I'm going to put it at the back for anyone who wants to read. It starts on the front page, but the actual article is page 58. It's a quick read. Want to read it before you go? Model for you, but then I've come around to help, so I can.
Okay, notice go on the top. Yeah, I think feel. Yeah, right now, here I don't. You can use my code for you. Hi, Johnny. Why can I get my phone box?
To be patient with yourself.
I'll screenshot this and then you want to find which one you want. So I'll sign up for Vanity Fair through my email. Oh, yeah. And Cola. Then they'll send you your code. No, it works. I'm gonna tell this.
What? Never. I'm impressed. Keep going. This is very good. Great. But this line, it's kind of meh. But that's a great drawing. I like your drawing better than what you're copying.
None of them has, we don't have a full figure, none of them. With hair pictures, cause none of them, you see.
It's rare for her to do the full figure. There, that one, the person sitting in the chair, you can see the full figure, but,
So they all are cut like this.
yeah. Yep. Very good. Now, there's something that I have on slide. Yes, this we call the negative space. If you can see this shape, it will help to find the positive. So, let's see. This shape, yes, it will help you. And then this shape. You're doing very well. Would you?
Stop it. I know, didn't want to disrupt the class.
It's down. It's too tiny.
Not here, but just here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You did very well, Miss.
I can.
Those who do it on your own. That's all. Sorry. I am excited, but you know. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, so you must. Yeah, yes, it's fine. Folks at home, we're good? Yes, Stephanie had to leave.
This one is on there. No, this is one, this is, yeah, this is kind. No, 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 same with myself. Okay. Yeah, this is past. Is there one? Okay.
Cheryl.
Sometimes I just go up in the elevator and I change. Well, you're always you. Oh, it is. Oh.
Like that in me.
No, I get that too. Forgive people's name.
That's why I retired from full-time teaching, because I couldn't remember my students' names. Particularly children.
Oh, no, all the names end in den. Vegan, vegan.
All the same name.
Yeah, yeah, y'all end in D, den. Oh,
Private school.
no, no.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with erasing, folks. Back in the day, our teachers would say, yes, I have. one." You good, Margot? You have a question or you want to show me?
No.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. Everyone else at home? Working diligently, I see, for those of you whom I can see. Remember, if you have any questions or problems, you can always let me know. The other day I left cupcakes for you guys. Did anybody get them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Love you.
Me and more you. Closer to the have it. Straighter than. That's the opening really doesn't start till here. Not up here. It starts in. Oh,
And
okay.
then,
Yeah.
oh,
thank
big
you.
screen.
Okay, so once you add the hand, it will make much
You
more
want
sense.
to do this?
Got it. Got it. The hand was very large. So it fills in a lot of that gap. Like the chocolate. See the. There are pastels as well. Just too bad.
There's a lot of different colored pastels back here. Here. You can do, if it really bothers you, give them more.
Okay.
Part of the group. Either they're shutting them out
That's
or
not
just
you.
pushing as well. Good, my ground feet.
On the hands.
No,
It's not even the pig, it's just the length.
They're very large. Probably empty that.
You should really focus on the most important part of the body, which was.
Maybe it's all that, that's wrong.
yet. And I can't. Yeah.
It's hard to see, it's like, it's very dark. Yeah, and almost. It's almost the thing. Oh, it's time to be all the way down. Let's see how it looks in the drawing. Not in this one. Probably because they're walking and they're swinging and they have bulky clothing. Yeah. All of that changes the forward.
I need that one.
Yeah. Coloring. Oh, beautiful. Can you even see it? Where else could you start? I can't tell. If I move my water bottle, will that help?
How are we doing, folks at home? What time is it? Oh, we still have a good 20 minutes to go. Folks at home, you're good? Oh, Susan had to leave too. It's too bad. This I can't move. day, you don't need.
Who does?
So next week is our double class. We'll have morning from 10 to 12 and then afternoon 1 to 3. So you can do both classes or one or the other. Forget who our artist is. You can find out online. Yes, if you come in the morning and you plan to attend in the afternoon, you could just leave your things right at your seat and return in the afternoon. Like the old days. Little room. And we used to spread out into the garden.
Oh, right.
Just a bunch of those. We'll show them. So there's another one.
No, I trust them. Sounds good. It's never.
First, that's the fun part. You allowed yourself to have fun. That makes me happy. What's Dave? Wonderful day. Go and enjoy. You're so lucky.
light isn't round circles, more of a option. It's more of a blurry. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You still have 50. If they're not, it's finished. So absorbed today too, there's hardly any talk. So very, very focused. I think that means you're enjoying yourself. It makes me happy. Follow the curves. You're noticing that. That's wonderful. Keep going. Also, you did so well on the other one. You know, you're right. That was the leg. The leg can be- Really.
A lot of personality. A suggestion. I love this the way it is. I was thinking maybe maybe not. It's going through. No, think about it. Before you do it. In this range of black. Just in the middle. Think about it. You don't have to do it. It's just a suggestion. You love how you make the more fun. Maybe not always down to the idea.
Yeah, but it does. Oh, good. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, this is like a shadow.
Good break.
See the photo. This is Philip, so you're not gonna be able to recreate the colors that you could try using charcoal. Or even pencil. It's shaded in pencil. Right.
It looks through the hair.
Well, I love this drawing. But I didn't want to say anything because I love this drawing so much. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You don't. You often say if it's purpose, it's not art. Imperfections, but make it your own. Make it to you. Only the art. With the soft pastel. That is the media. Giving you some. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Oh, I always.
How many people thought it was during the 90s to find out about you never see that?
Yeah, thank those, Kramer.
Kramer.
Framed. Of course.
I actually came,
So we have 5 minutes till cleanup. We have to be out of here by 12 noon today. So cleanup is gonna have to be quick. We're not gonna have time for sharing today, unfortunately, but you can walk around and look at what people have done. Folks at home, please share JPEGs with me online. But we have a very hard stop at 12 noon today, so I don't think we're gonna share. Sorry about that. Which is a shame because it's really beautiful artwork today. I think Amy Sherrill maybe should be an annual favorite because she really, really is inspiring folks.
This, I got. Oh, thank God, good. Oh.
Did anyone read the New York Times article? You might want to do that now if you're finished and cleaned up. We should have taken a moment to think about the folks in Florida. How scared they must be.
Why do people live in Florida when they know that it's a hurricane?
Why do we live here?
Oh, but I mean that every year a hurricane comes to Florida, so why people live in Florida?
It's a good question, Daniel, but many people have lived there their whole lives and it's hard for them to just pick up and leave. We have many hurricanes here and yet people still live here and more people are moving here. More and more new buildings going up. It is an interesting phenomenon. All right, sorry, it is time to clean up. Those of you who are here, I hate to interrupt the creative process, but we do have to clean up now. To share amongst each other. Next week we'll have more time for sharing, especially since we have a government. You know, I turned the air conditioner on 3 or 4 times and she didn't at all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, really. So what you need to do is get another piece of paper. You're still in town next week.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, we must go.
Yes.
And
Well,
they're wonderful.
but you
Everybody comes.
Yeah, I know. And even if you go through those, yeah. But I don't
it's semi-well, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, this one is hard. Yeah, it's very hard.
But now I'm working on it. I gonna find some speech therapy. Don't worry, yeah, I thought you. Yeah, I with my friends, and my wife's living case, and I know that I might sound bad. How much are you?
I'm lucky to sit next to her.
And we do night, we talk for an hour, and then we watch and read a movie. Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, that's
But I think my church money trying to pick the movie, so just in case if you're interested,
Yeah, that's
the quick channel that I called I YouTube. And we do that every two Fridays. Every 2 weeks, every Friday, we start with a free show at 7 p.m. Yeah, pretty much.
folks at home. We're going to end just a little bit early today. I'm sorry, but we need to make this hard stop. Please do send me JPEGs, all right? How did you do today?
Interesting day. I'll send you a couple of things I did.
Please do, Robin, and Alice, you as well, I hope.
Yeah.
And I will see you all next week.
Yes, I already sent you one.
I'm sorry?
I sent you a JPEG already.
Already, all right.
Okay.
Can't wait to see it. And take care out there,
Oh,
everyone.
I will.
And
Bob has COVID though.
What?
My husband has COVID though.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, he's getting better now though.
Oh,
so
he is. Okay. Well, good luck. Bye, Lindsay.
Thanks.
See you next week, I hope.
See you next.
Yes, see everyone next week. I'm glad to hear your husband's on the mend. I hope he continues to get better. I hope you don't catch it. Good luck to everyone out there in YouTube land, and we will be visiting a new artist next week and continuing with our Back to Basics series here with Art with Liz, sponsored by the Hoboken Public Library in Hoboken, New Jersey. Really appreciate everyone's attendance. It's been a pleasure. Amy Sherrill is someone you all want to check out. And I look forward to when her show comes to the Whitney Museum. I believe it's next year. All right, if you're lucky enough to be in San Francisco on November 16th, you can check it out in San Francisco. All right, take care, everyone. Art on, and bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.